Hey guys, welcome back to Tracie's Place. I am here making a video about home fried potatoes. Some people say pan fried potatoes or just fried potatoes. And you can make them for dinner, you can make them for breakfast. Today they're going to be for breakfast. And this is just something I love. I love a good potato recipe. I'm having them with my grits. Yes, I'm having potatoes and grits, bacon and toast. So come along, I'm going to show you how to make them. So stay tuned. All right, so these are the ingredients, and I'm starting off with Idaho potatoes. You see, I have them on newspaper. When I get finished, or we get finished with things that we're making, like peels or onions or whatever, bones or whatever, we like to wrap them in newspaper to put them in the garbage because that way, for some reason, newspaper muffles just about any smell. So I always, put my garbage from food on newspaper. All right, so that's why it's on here. But anyway, we have 3 Idaho potatoes, green onion. It's about 2 teaspoons of green, or 2 tablespoons, I'm sorry, of green onions. And then we have 1/4 of a cup, and you don't have to put as many if you don't want to, but to me, the more oniony, the better. So we have onions, 1/4 cup of onions. We have Lowry seasoning. We have Italian seasonings, ground black pepper, garlic powder, and sea salt. So that's what we're using today. All right, so I have rinsed off my potatoes. I'm not keeping the skin on for the most part. Might be a little skin left on, which is okay. But I'm going to put olive oil on the potatoes. I'm doing a quick method, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do here. Okay, so I'm putting olive oil on the outside of the potatoes because I'm not going to boil these potatoes, y'all. No, I am not. So we just want to get them not overly saturated. You don't want to have to use up all your good olive oil on here, but just to coat them with a little sheen of olive oil. I'm going to put these in the microwave, you all. I'm putting these in the microwave because doing fried potatoes, you want to get the process going as quickly as possible. Some people boil theirs, but a lot of my recipes, especially lately, you all, because we've been very busy for the past couple of years, actually, just been busy, and my cooking is usually quick. Sometimes I do a recipe with the long method, but sometimes a shortcut is necessary when you're in a hurry. And so just coated these with olive oil. I'm going to put these in the microwave, and we're going to get them tender in the microwave, okay? So I'm just going to pierce these. I think that's a better word. Pierce these with, get some more olive oil on the end there. Pierce these with a knife so that they will not burst or, get all funny acting in the microwave, okay? So we're just going to pierce those. We're going to microwave these for 2 minutes, and then we're going to flip them, and I'll show you what we're working with. All right, so I've got them in the microwave, and they're going to go for 2 minutes. Okay, so I had them in for 2 minutes. I just flipped them over, and I'm going to put them in for 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the other side, and I'll show you from there. Okay, the potatoes are ready. They are tender, but they're not mushy. You don't want them mushy. You just want them tender to touch because you want to be able to slice them in chunks and not for, to mush the potatoes up. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and peel the skin off. They are hot, so be careful. You might want to let them cool or whatever, or either hold them with a napkin or oven mitt or something. But go ahead and peel your potatoes. All right, guys, and the potato is peeled, and we want to go ahead and just slice it. I'm going to slice it, and then I'm going to dice it. And meaning just cutting it into little chunks. And I'll show you the chunk process in a second, but now I'm just going to slice it. Okay, so I have them sliced here, and just to chunk them up, just going to slice them the other way. just like that, and they're holding their shape. And then you can turn it and just cut it one time like that, and see, that way you have little chunks. Okay, so do all the potatoes like that, or however you would like to cut them. Over here on the stove, I have some bacon grease reheating. I just made bacon about 20 minutes ago, but it's kind of cooled off. So I am just getting it reheated. So this is about, let's see, I made 2 slices of bacon in here and cut them up in halves. So it's 4 smaller pieces. And so I'm thinking that's less than 1/4 of bacon grease, less than 1/4 cup. So I'm going to put, you know, I love some butter, especially at breakfast time. I like things to taste buttery. So you can add some butter in there if you like to also, just like so. And I am adding a little bit of vegetable oil, just a little bit, 2 tablespoons, because it just wasn't enough grease in there to fry the potatoes. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to let that heat up a little more, and then I'm going to add my potatoes. As y'all know, I'm making 3 small to medium-sized Idaho potatoes for my fried potatoes. So I'm going to add them in a second. All right, it's ready now. I'm going to go ahead. They're on medium-high heat, so I'm going to go ahead and let those kind of sit for a minute. Got to get my wooden spoon because I don't want to scratch up my skillet now. So I'm going to just even those out so they cook evenly. And I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit higher because I want them to crisp. Get them on kind of a high heat, medium high. All right, so I'm going to let them go and I'll come back. So I'm going to go ahead and start seasoning these potatoes. I don't want to wait until they're done completely. So I'm going to put a little sea salt in here. And this is to taste, you all. This is to taste. I don't always like to tell people what to put in because some people like things seasoned heavier than others, which I do. I know not everybody likes to, but I'm a little heavy with the seasoning. My family gets on me about that. But I like to taste the seasoning. Some people like to taste more of what they're eating. I like to taste a mixture of both. Of course, I want to know that I'm, you know, eating potatoes or whatever it is that I'm eating, but I love things that are seasoned well. I don't like bland tasting food. So anyway, I put some Italian seasoning in there. I put the garlic in already and the seasoned salt. I'm going to put in some ground black pepper. I'm going to get me a pepper grinder. That's what I'm going to get next time. So put a little pepper in there, and now I'm going to put in the Lowry's. I love Lowry's. Lowry's gives it something special. You can use all-purpose or whatever it is that you like. And I've used other seasoning blends, and of course I've made some of my own, but I still love Lowry's too. So I use a mixture of things, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it either. I'm going to put a little Lowry's in there, okay? All right, so I got my little wooden utensil, and I'm going to go ahead and stir it up now. And as you can see, it's starting to brown already. So before it browns too quickly, we're going to go ahead and add those onions, y'all. Here's the onions that I already had chopped up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get those stirred in there because we want to get the onions flavored too. Okay, we want to get those flavored. And we're going to see they're already crisping up and they look good. They're getting some color on them. Now, if you do not have enough oil in your potatoes, like mine is just about gone. So I'm going to add a little bit more oil, and it's okay because the heat is on there real high. And see, it's just gonna fry. It's not gonna make them mushy. So make sure your heat is high so that the oil gets hot right away and keeps crisping up those potatoes. Okay? I'll let them go a little bit more. Okay, you want to keep stirring, you guys. You let them sit for a little while just to crisp up, but keep stirring them. After they crisp on one side, stir them, flip them, and keep it moving. Yum, yum, yum. They are looking good. Stir them again. They're getting very crisp, which is how I like them. I like them nice and potatoey on the inside, but not mushy. I like them crisp on the outside. Taste them as they're going. I'm putting more sea salt in mine. A little bit more Italian seasoning. And a little bit more Lowry's. Now season them to how you like them now. I'm going to put a little bit more butter in them. Alright, so I add a little bit more in. Let it stir up. And you can turn the heat down. If you feel they're getting brown too fast, turn the heat down. It's okay. Now in the final stages of cooking, you want to go ahead and add that green onion in. Get that all incorporated in there. And they are ready to plate up, you guys. And there they go, you guys, all ready for breakfast. And you can even have these for dinner if you like, as a side dish. But there they are, all ready and delicious, all crisp and seasoned. I'm going to do this with a breakfast mukbang, so join me for that. I'll try to link that at the end if it's ready at the time. And bon appetit.